The way of the samurai is not merely a path of the sword, but a philosophy of the mind. Strategy, in its purest form, is the art of perceiving the unseen, the currents of conflict before they manifest, the weaknesses in an opponent's stance before they are exploited. A true strategist does not rely on brute force alone, but on the cultivation of satori, sudden enlightenment, that allows one to act without hesitation, to move in harmony with the inevitable. War is not an aberration, but a reflection of life's inherent chaos. Thus, the warrior must master both the external battle and the internal struggle. To live with death ever present is to understand the fleeting nature of all things, and from that understanding arises true clarity. War, to the samurai, is not mere bloodshed, but a sacred ritual of discipline and purpose. The battlefield is a mirror of the soul, where fear, courage, and resolve are laid bare. A warrior does not fight for hatred or glory, but for the perfection of his own spirit. In the clash of steel, there is a moment of absolute truth, when all illusions are stripped away and only essence remains. The samurai embraces this moment, for it is in the face of annihilation that one discovers whether they have lived with honor or wasted their days in delusion. To die well is as important as to live well, for both require the same unwavering commitment to principle. Life itself is the greatest battle, and every moment is an opportunity to refine one's strategy. The samurai does not distinguish between war and peace, for both demand vigilance, adaptability, and an unshakable resolve. In times of tranquility, he sharpens his mind. In times of turmoil, he acts with precision. The wisdom of the warrior lies in knowing that all things are transient: victory and defeat, joy and sorrow, life and death. Thus he remains detached yet fully engaged, flowing like water through the obstacles of existence without becoming ensnared by them. The essence of strategy is not domination, but harmony, the ability to align oneself with the natural order of things. A foolish warrior seeks to impose his will upon the world. A wise one moves with the tides of circumstance, turning adversity into advantage. The sword is not merely a weapon, but an extension of the mind, and the greatest battles are often won without a single stroke. To outthink an enemy is superior to outfighting him, for true victory leaves no resentment in its wake. The samurai understands that the highest form of combat is the one that never occurs. Yet when war is unavoidable, the warrior enters it with a heart free of turmoil. Fear and doubt are the true enemies, for they cloud judgment and weaken resolve. The samurai cultivates mushin, the state of no mind, where action arises from instinct honed through relentless training. In this state, there is no hesitation, no second guessing. There is only the seamless execution of will. The warrior who has mastered this does not fight, he simply is, and in being, he becomes an unstoppable force of nature. Beyond the battlefield, the samurai's philosophy extends to every facet of existence. Honor is not a badge to be worn, but a way of breathing, a constant alignment of action with principle. Loyalty, courage, and integrity are not virtues to be displayed selectively, but the very fabric of one's being. The warrior does not seek validation, for his worth is measured by his own standards. He lives with the quiet confidence of one who has stared into the abyss and found himself unshaken. In the end, the way of the samurai is the way of aware, the bittersweet acceptance of life's impermanence. The cherry blossom falls at the peak of its beauty, and so too must the warrior embrace his fate with grace. Whether in strategy, war, or the quiet moments of contemplation, the samurai moves with purpose, knowing that each step is both a beginning and an end. To live as a warrior is to walk the razor's edge between discipline and spontaneity, strength and compassion, fury and serenity. And in that balance, one discovers the true meaning of Bushido, not just the way of the warrior, but the way of life itself. In training, samurai would often practice in distracting environments amid shouting, sudden noises, or even while standing in icy water, to harden their concentration. The famous swordsman Miyamoto Musashi wrote in the Book of Five Rings that a warrior must remain calm even in the midst of turmoil. This aligns with the Stoic idea of the inner citadel, where external chaos cannot disrupt inner peace. Modern equivalents include elite soldiers training under simulated gunfire or CEOs practicing mindfulness in high-pressure meetings. The silent arrow method also involved accepting imperfection. A samurai knew that even with perfect form, wind or fate could deflect the arrow. Thus, focus was not about controlling outcomes, but about perfecting effort. The Zen phrase, ichi go ichi e, one moment, one opportunity, captures this. Each shot is unique, and attachment to results only breeds distraction. This mindset is seen today in process-oriented goals, ichiri, a musician focusing on practice rather than applause. A lesser-known but profound aspect was the silence after the shot. A true master would not celebrate a hit nor lament a miss, but simply observe the result with detachment. This cultivated zanshin, remaining mind, a state of relaxed alertness. An example is the tea ceremony, where every movement is deliberate, yet the practitioner remains fully present without clinging to perfection. In business, this translates to reviewing outcomes without ego, learning, and moving forward. The modern world is filled with distractions, phones, multitasking, and endless stimuli, making the silent arrow method more relevant than ever. To apply it, 1. Start with breath. Pause and take 3 deep breaths before any important task. 2. Visualize success. See the outcome clearly before acting. 3. Embrace stillness. Wait for the right moment instead of rushing. 4. Detach from results. Focus on the effort, not the reward. The samurai's wisdom endures because it speaks to a universal truth. Focus is not about force, but about surrender to the moment, to the breath, and to the silence within. Whether you're an athlete, artist, or executive, the silent arrow method teaches that the sharpest mind is the one that is perfectly still.